Hafre Guam, welcome back to the Boka Box. I'm Jess Rosario, the owner and nutrition professional here. You are listening to the Hotspot on a rainy Wednesday, and I wanted to take our lunchtime to kind of talk about something that hits home for a lot of people on Guam and pretty much nationwide. We talk a lot about nutrition and we talk a lot about food and how to go on diets, right? But one of the things that I wanted to really dive into today was talking about our heart. And yes, I know February's over and it's March, but I'm talking about our heart health and taking a look at how we can eat better so that we keep our heart very healthy. Now, one of the things that happens for a lot of people is that they don't know that they have heart disease or they're at risk for heart disease, right? A lot of times, especially because of our culture, we don't like going to the doctor. And when we do, it kind of is, you're kind of put in a bad time where you have heart disease. So, for example, right? Heart disease actually hit me and my family not late last year, but last year in May. My dad went through some things where he had to go off island to get heart surgery. And although he had the sources where he had opportunities to exercise, he had opportunities to eat healthy, over time, the way that he lived his life kind of contributed to his heart disease. But now we're taking steps to get him healthier. His surgery went well, but there are certain things that he has to do in order to keep his heart healthy. And just looking back at the whole experience, right? He talked to the doctors. The doctors gave him papers. And, you know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a registered nutritionist, but I went to school for this and I have knowledge and an appreciation for nutrition, which allows me to take the recommendations by the doctors and the dietitians and help people to apply it in their lives with the meals that we have. One of the things that we've done with my dad is to help him to understand that nutrition and eating for your heart does not have to be complicated. And that's pretty much it. We think too much about, I have heart disease or I have this and I have that and I have to change my whole lifestyle. Yes, you have to change your whole lifestyle, but it doesn't have to be hard. I'm going to show you some things that we've done with him that kind of helped him to live a better lifestyle. Now, heart disease works in the sense where there's plaque buildup in your arteries, and we have to figure out how to either prevent that or start to take care of that where it starts to diminish and we start to break down the plaque that's in our artery so that our heart gets a lot of the blood that is supposed to be pumping to it, right? Because we want to prevent heart attacks and strokes. So a couple things that we have to do is acknowledge, okay, what are the risk factors for heart disease? Well, of course, there's obesity, there's diabetes, there's an unhealthy eating habit, there is lack of inactivity, but there's also excessive alcohol consumption or alcohol usage, right? So we have to take a look at that in his lifestyle and say, okay, where are things that we can change and we can modify so that it gets better? One, of course, is, okay, we're going to limit the alcohol. We're going to change, you know, we have to be realistic about our approach. We can't tell him, oh, you have to stop drinking alcohol, because that's just not going to be realistic. So we change the type of alcohol he drinks and the amount that he drinks. So portion controls with the alcohol. We change his inactivity. We get him to move a little bit more. We get him to understand how to eat better. And that's where I wanted to talk about today is what are some foods that can help your heart and keep you healthy at the same time. Of course, limiting foods that are high in saturated fats, which are solid fats, things like butter, things like manteca on the meat, right? Things like that we need to limit within our diet. But there's also foods that we should be limiting in excess, right? And we usually don't think about this. When we think about heart disease, we think about fat. And we think about, oh, if I eat manteca, if I eat butter, if I eat this and that, it's going to cause plaque buildup in my arteries. But that's not the only food that contributes to that. And I want you to take a step back and think about the American diet and why heart disease is one of the leading causes of death within our island and within the nation. 70% of the American diet, and especially what we eat on Guam, is made up of carbohydrates. And not just carbohydrates in general, but I'm talking about refined carbohydrates or simple carbohydrates. That's things like refined sugars, refined grains. I'm talking about white rice, white bread, pastas. These grains and these carbohydrates don't have a lot of nutrient value compared to the whole product. So brown rice, wheat bread, whole grain products, right? But within our culture, within our island, within the foods that we eat, we consume a lot of these products. Now, anything that we eat in excess, if we don't use it up, turns into fat. Now, that could be a reason why there's so much fat buildup in our body. Usually, again, fat, we look at our body and we're like, oh, okay, I have fat growing here, whatever. But a lot of times fat grows in places that we can't see, which is inside our body. And that's the scary part. We can't see that. So we need to take added measures to make sure that we are taking care of that, because, you know, heart disease is the silent killer because we just don't know it's there until later on. But we need to limit foods that are high in saturated fat, and we also need to limit foods that are high in simple carbohydrates or simple sugars, right? We need to increase our consumption of fruits and vegetables, obviously, because, you know, we have to eat our vegetables every single day. But we also need to limit the amount of carbohydrates, but look at the quality of carbohydrates that we're consuming. So things like brown rice, wheat bread, fiber-rich foods are going to be really good for our heart because, one, it takes time for it to break down. So you're not going to get an increase or a big spike in sugar levels, and you're not going to eat as much because your body's just going to tell you that you're satisfied and you're not going to eat a lot of it. Fiber-rich foods, again, we need to consume a lot of. But that also means fiber is found in fruits and in vegetables, which within our local diets we don't eat a lot of. So I'm always gonna promote the consumption of fruits and vegetables. Within our meal plans here at the Boka Box, we focus on things just like that, right? Nutrient-rich products, nutrient-rich carbohydrates like quinoa, brown rice, whole grain pastas and things like that. We look at increasing the vegetable consumption within the meal, so we'll have like broccoli, lettuce, tomatoes, all these different things. We put fruit in there because we still need some sort of sugar, but we want to have it natural sugars. The breads that we use are also unrefined, so it's not like white white flour or white rice. Again, it's very nutrient dense, and it helps the body not only to get the vitamins and minerals that you need, but it also helps the body to regulate some of the things like high increases in blood sugar, lower fat or healthier fat. Oh, and that's the other thing. When we start talking about fat, right, we have to talk about good fats and bad fats. And I don't like using the term good and bad because for me, everything is good. Too much of anything is bad, right? So like when people go on the keto diet, they're kind of like apprehensive about it because, oh, there's so much fat, and fat leads to clogged arteries, fat leads to coronary artery disease. But it's not, a lot of the studies coming out don't attribute plaque buildup to just saturated fat. There's a whole bunch of things, right? So when we're looking at eating for our heart, again, the best diet is one that is very well balanced. And again, by that I mean you're balanced in your carbohydrates. You're looking at whole grain products. You're looking at the amount of carbohydrates and sugars that you're eating. You're eating a diet that is abundant in fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables because they have fiber-rich foods. You're eating lean proteins that like fish, chicken, turkey, seafood, things that are good and that are just good for us and not too fatty. There are a lot of things that we can eat when it comes to disease. We just need to be very well balanced with that. If you have any questions about how food affects your body and how you can live a healthier lifestyle, check me out at the Boka Box. Talk to any one of our staff. We can set you up with the meal plan that is great for you and works with your health and your diets. Again, I'm Jesse from the Boka Box, and I'll see you guys next week.